obviously, because we do this together. anyway, anyway,
Uh,
again, hello,
okay.
welcome to another episode of the Spider Talk podcast, episode 4. I feel like it should have been more, but it's not. yeah, so
Yeah. Let's
yeah, we
just.
haven't done a podcast and it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been very crazy
Uh,
over here, and I really just don't want to talk about it. But anyways, we're back. That's all that matters, and we're
yeah.
finally able to do. Hey, mute yourself. So
yeah, that
apparently,
we're not really gonna get into what happened.
yeah. So anyways, so as you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to talk about Marvel Studios Spider-Man 3, starring Tom Holland, our favorite
Spider-Man
son.
3. I'm
Yes.
back up myself.
Yeah. So, more news has came around with the film actually, and we're supposed to get our first look next month in December.
At least that's what we were told.
Well, yeah,
If we
but
don't, then I'm gonna start suing some people.
yeah. So, if you guys don't know,
that killed the conversation.
and if you guys don't know, Spider-Man 3 is going to hit theaters on December 17th, 2021 next year, which is just far away, but we'll get there.
It's supposed to come
Um,
out this year, but the cough.
yeah, the cough. We don't. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, actually, was this supposed to come out this year?
it was supposed to come out in July of 2021, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So,
Cause of the cough.
anyways, so as you can tell, it's called "What to Expect" / theories. So we're gonna have our own theories, and we're gonna share some news that we know about the film. And yeah, so where do we start off?
Well, we start at what to expect since it's the first thing that comes up in the title.
I mean, yeah, but like, what do we start off with? What to expect? Well, that's obvious, guys. We should expect Tom Holland, our favorite boy, Tommy Boy, playing our very favorite Iron Boy Jr., Spider Man, obviously. Zendaya coming back
Or
to
so we
voice.
think.
Oh, yeah. We got.
Voice?
We we got Zendaya coming back to voice Michelle Jones, aka MJ, and then we got Jason Balatin coming
You
back.
mean to play?
Yeah, to play our good old boy Ned, who has lost weight. So expect a
And my
minor.
gosh, he has some weight.
Yeah, he really lost weight. So I am proud of my boy.
Oh, he looks different. He
I
be
know
looking
he
fresh though.
he looks very different. So expect Ned
I
to
didn't
look
mean it like that.
expect Ned to look insanely different in Spider-Man 3, but you get the idea.
And it's kind of crazy because it's supposed to from what it seems like Spider-Man 3 is supposed to take place like literally like a second after Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, it's pulling
Like
an
it's supposed
Incredibles
like to
too.
just pick it up right then and there. So and obviously they're not going to pull another time jump because it's already been done. So what would be the point?
And
So
besides, this does
either
take
I don't know
some.
how they're going to explain that.
Who
Well, it's
knows?
like they told him he had to lose weight for the film. So I don't know if they're just gonna have him be like, yeah, he went on some serious drugs. I mean, on a serious diet or something.
Or they just pretend that
I
he was
just
never
don't know
fat.
anymore.
Or maybe they just pretend he was never
No,
fat. I don't know.
no, because they told him he had to.
Is there a reason to why they told him to?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have no idea. And like ever since he posted that, because I think he's like getting ready to shoot Spider-Man 3. I'm like, hold up. Hey.
Yeah, I thought he was joking, but he actually did. Believe it or not. But
Well, there were reports saying that he was going to, and when he finally showed off, I'm like, wait a minute.
my dude
And I
actually
asked,
took the
yeah,
time
yeah.
to lose weight. Seriously, my dude took the time.
I didn't think he could, to be honest.
Well, he did. That's all
How
that
long has
matters.
he been doing this, though?
It's weird because Spider-Man: Far From Home
I mean,
came out last year, so I was like, "Geez, that was fast."
yeah. So he had like half a year to do this. Like, I know it may seem like a long time, but there are people that takes like longer than that to lose weight. I mean, I'm not making fun of them or anything, but I'm just saying.
I do
I don't
think he
know what
looks
kind of
better
drugs he
skinny,
was
though.
taking, but man, they must have been some serious ones.
He does look better skinny, and I actually am interested to like maybe they could do a storyline for his character to where he probably lost weight. But then again, I'm just genuinely surprised that he actually did. So
Yeah. Um. So
but
yeah, that's gonna
that's
happen.
that's the first thing is that our buddy Jason Balatin lost weight for his character. So there we go.
Yeah. And then another thing, I don't know how many of you were aware of this, but we got like a few seconds of a first look of it, and now it's not a trailer. It's literally from this
This
set,
yep
and it shows
yep.
Spider-Man talking to someone, and what it seems to be, is supposed to be Zendaya's Michelle Jackson or MJ,
Michelle
whatever.
Jones. Michelle Jones.
So, I'm sorry. I
It's
keep
been a
wanting to
rough
say that. I
few
don't know
weeks.
why.
It's been a rough
But
few weeks
I'm.
for us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But so I mean that's the one of the evidence of how we know that it drug that it takes like it picks up from where it started. So
Um,
I actually talked to Alex about this last night, and I kind of had this idea like how maybe it's gonna literally pick up. Well, I said that, but after the
yeah.
intro starts, whatever, it's
There
gonna
was
have a
like this.
playback. And it's just gonna.
Yeah, there was like this theory that we had to where like maybe after J. Jonah Jameson legit reveals that like it's Peter Parker, that's Spider Man, everyone's gonna look at him like mad, and then they're gonna realize that he's just a kid and that he's still in high school, and it's just it's everyone's confused, and he starts to run away. He takes MJ with him, and MJ actually starts to think that maybe Spider Man did kill Mysterio, but we'll talk about Mysterio in a little bit. But then again, um, that's something we actually thought they could probably do is that like if it's gonna start off where the last film ended, then they can do something to where MJ will start to believe that Peter did kill Mysterio, which he didn't, obviously. I hate to break it to you, but in general, I think I think that would be a good start to the film because it can show that like okay now this is where it's gonna get really rough for Peter, well, Tom's
I
Spider Man. So
I think
yeah.
they're gonna reuse the end credit scene from Spider-Man Far From Home to kind of open it up.
Now about J. Jonah Jameson, we all know that's J.K. Simmons playing this dude, but here's my question: is he gonna have a
But it's
bigger
not from the
role?
same Raimiverse.
Yeah, if you guys think that it is, I mean,
I
I
just
know
want to
J.
point that
Jonah.
out.
Okay, I mean, listen, I know J. Jonah Jameson did talk about like, oh, I'm not gonna do it if I'm not gonna play the
It's
same
called an
character.
alternate universe.
Yeah, but like,
What
I heard,
Spider-Verse, as many would
I
say.
heard before Far From Home, he did talk. I think he said something to the effect of, "Oh, I'm not gonna play this character if it's like the same type, like not the same one from the Raimi verse, but like I'm like he's like talking about the same personality, whether it's in a different universe or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I don't know if J. Jonah Jameson's gonna like show up a little more. I mean, it'd be cool if he did. Like maybe he can. Maybe this is like what like how is he gonna make fun of Tom Holland Spider-Man for being a public menace? You know what I'm saying? That could be interesting. Maybe he could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do that because I think everyone in New York City, by looking at that picture that Mysterio showed, well, J. Jonah Jameson showed on the billboard, that everyone's gonna realize that he's just a kid. So Jameson might call Spider-Man a menace because he's just a kid and he's still in high school. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
just a
but
prediction for me. But then again,
most likely. I do want to get in on those for now the title that's shown in the poster and here behind. I'm sure you already know, but for some that may think it's real, it's not. So if you think it is, calm down. It's not. It's a fan-made post that I just found. I tried to find one that just had Spider-Man 3 with no title, but I just found this, and I was kind of running short on time, so it was the best I could do. But if you think about it, though, Home Run. I know it kind of sounds a little generic, but if you really think about it, it would make sense, considering he literally would literally be on the run. The
And
cops, the FBI, probably the military, the SWAT team.
maybe maybe the government as well.
Oh, heck yeah.
The government, definitely. But you guys need to be
It's very
aware.
nice.
Be aware. Spider-Man: Far From Home and Spider-Man 3 take place in 2024, right? Is it 2024 or? Yeah. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm forgetting about the time sometimes. I was looking at this like, oh yeah, this is set in 2019. Oh wait, it's set in 2024, huh? But all the possible titles could be a home invasion, which in a kind of way his home really would have been invaded. I guess not by aliens. Don't get that idea. Another one.
No.
Uh, another one was Homeworlds, but that's probably one that's not going to be.
Okay. Homeworlds. I got a message from someone. Can you go in with this?
Yeah. But that title is probably not as it probably wouldn't ever be used, considering that it's meant for like a Spider-Verse, and I'm sure Spider-Man 3 is gonna help set up the Spider-Verse. I mean, come on, people. At this point, they're trying to set up the Spider-Verse. They already got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so at this way, they're already trying to set that up, but it won't be for Spider-Man 3, as I'm pretty sure we talked about this. But who knows? Maybe the title could be something we didn't expect it, and now that's happened before. Not with Endgame, we already knew what that was.
Yeah.
From watching the ending of Infinity War, but now villain wise, obviously it's pretty clear that I forgot his name, guy who played Electro in the previous Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Jamie Foxx.
The one that didn't get well with Jamie Foxx. The one that didn't get well received.
The one that
making a comeback.
Yeah, the one who.
Yeah, the one that didn't spend his birthday with Spider-Man.
Which is a very sad story.
Trying to get a weapon to check. But I hope he has like some kind of redemption to this. Now, I know a lot of y'all be like, he clearly said that he was going to be yellow, so he's not the same one. I mean, the same thing happened with Jameson, and it's not from the same universe. Which, you're probably right. It probably is a different one. Or Marvel can surprise us and find out that it's the same one. And, now hear me out. Yeah, he was blue in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Which I thought was cool.
But that doesn't mean, and obviously when he quote unquote died, because at this rate, we watching that scene, it doesn't even look like he, really, just because he basically, I keep saying that word basically, went into the electrician thing, wires or whatever, so he didn't, I think it's pretty clear that he didn't die, and I'm sure how he got to, and if it is in the same universe, how he got to Tom Holland's world, I don't know. I'm sure they'll, will explore that if it is. But again, what I'm saying too, like I know he was blue, but I'm sure after all these years, I'm pretty sure he could have easily evolved.
Yeah, but
and
the thing,
that's not what made him yellow.
But I mean, I get that Electro is possibly going to be the villain of the film, but the thing is I really hope it's not focusing on like setting up the Spider-Verse, you know what I'm trying to say? I honestly would rather have it be its own film. I mean, I know there were rumors months ago.
Oh, no.
I know there were rumors that Toby and Andrew were going to sign on, but Sony debunked that. So, yeah, but it's better off.
That movie, they didn't
yeah,
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but like with Spider-Man 3, it's much better being its own film, and I'd rather have it be its own film. Now I know
Well,
Doctor
I
Strange,
yeah,
and yeah, Doctor Strange is gonna be in it. That's another thing.
but he's probably going to be like a cameo, like he was in Thor Ragnarok, because everybody thought he was going to be a big thing too in that movie, but he only showed up for like one scene, or a few scenes, but you know.
Yeah.
But I don't see Spider-Man 3 being Spider-Verse because we already tried because Peter Parker already was because in Far From Home he struggled because he was worried about whether or not he was supposed to be the next Iron Man. He was trying to figure out who he was entirely, and we just got done seeing him finally figure out who he is. He's not Iron Man. He's Spider-Man, and to come back, make it seem like he's the only Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just be kind of dumb for them to just go right into this, showing that there's more Spider-Man. Not to say that the Spider-Verse movie won't happen, because like I said, it most likely will.
Even though,
But it
even though I know there's like a story going around that Andrew Garfield just hesitant, like not wanting to return because of
he's hesitant, but he
yeah
hasn't said no. But
yeah.
anyway, I don't think they would go. I don't think they would just go straight into the Spider Verse. Because number one, it just wouldn't make sense to them to do that. But also two, it would just feel rushed. Like they're just trying to fit so much in.
Only
And
two
it's like
things.
that's the biggest problem Sony's done in the past, except for Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was all Mark Webb. But like take Spider-Man 3, 2007 for example. Sony just was pressuring Raimi to like shove everything in. So for them to come back and just completely do that all again for Spider-Man 3 and make it Spider-Verse, as much I would love to see the original 2 return, I would I would prefer to at least wait. And especially
Yeah,
too, there's rumors around saying that they want to make Spider-Man they at least want to, or at least from what we've heard, um we might be getting to if things go well, we might be getting two standalone Spider-Man films. We'll
with
talk
and
about more in
with
yeah, we'll talk about
Toby
more of that in a
with
future
Toby
in another
Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I assume. So we'll get into that sometime later.
yeah.
But
Yeah, and probably in the next podcast we'll get into that, but I can't see them going that but yeah, what you were saying, Alex, with him possibly being the villain, I mean, it's pretty clear that he's going to be the villain. I just don't see it making sense though.
I mean, I don't know.
I've wanted them to have Craven the Hunter be the villain for this, because it was his character for this would have made so much sense. Because they could have hired him to track down Spider-Man, considering he's a really good hunter, and the name Craven the Hunter. They could have paid him to track down and even kill Spider-Man.
True. Um, what I think, why I think, I mean, Jamie Foxx being Electro really just makes things like, okay, that it's clearly obvious that there's going to be a Spider-Verse in the future. So now the biggest question is this the same one from the Tasman 2 film? Well, I'm going to say it is because why wouldn't it be? I mean, I guess it's the same. I mean, yeah, sometimes actors play the same characters they've done before, but it's just different. But like, I think with this one, it's most likely going to be the same one from the Tasman 2 universe. You know, like me and Andrew have discussed, like for months now.
Yo,
that-
ever since it was revealed, we've been talking about this since then.
Yeah, we've been talking about how like, oh, Electro, is like, hey, Spider-Man, you remember me? But then Tom Holland's gonna be like, I have not even met you, and then he's gonna be.
You're the one who didn't show up at my birthday party.
You're the one who tried to talk me out in Times Square, but I lost my mind thanks to that cop shooting me.
Gosh dang it! Like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know who you are. He's like, well, you do look young. Who even are you? You're not the real Spider-Man. Like, yeah, I am. Bet. and that's where a fight scene goes on.
Why do I see that happening? Like, that could actually be interesting because, that's actually pretty interesting because if you think about it, that can really show you, like, oh, is that where Doctor Strange is going to come in or something? Because Doctor Strange, now, like I said, I mean, I think I've said this before, well, off camera, but I've said that Doctor Strange is probably going to, like, just try to cover up Peter's name in a way. I don't know how he's going to do it, but we all know Doctor
The Time Stone.
Yeah, the Time Stone. Yeah, we all know Doctor Strange can go to different universes, so yeah. But then again, I really now. What's funny is, well, actually, I know there's been a lot of talks with the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man 3, but here's the thing. Like I said earlier, Spider-Man 3 should just be its own thing. If you're gonna have two things in the MCU tease the multiverse movie, it's gonna have to be WandaVision and Doctor Strange 2. And
Those are probably one of the two things that's setting up the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see how this is gonna go down, considering we're still waiting for the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. So
yeah,
and we are getting off track with this.
But with Spider-Man 3, like I said, I'd rather have it be its own film, but I kind of feel
it most likely will.
But I feel like that Jamie Foxx's Electro has something to do with this, and Doctor Strange as well, like setting up the Spider-Verse. So I don't know, but maybe
imagine Doctor Strange coming to help Peter, but then as an end credit scene, he comes back, be like, Peter Parker, I need your help. Cuts back to image as that's when Tom Holland's Spider-Man be like, what the?
That's weird. And then Doctor Strange 2 is coming out as well. Remember that. So.
Yeah, but that's not coming out till like a year after.
It comes out 3 months after that movie comes out. But anyway, so yeah, the title. I don't know what they're gonna do with the title. I mean,
like I said, it's probably gonna be totally unexpected, but we'll be getting the title. I bet you. I kid you. I bet you not. I bet you it's part. They're gonna have the title of it on YouTube be the same thing as Avengers 4. Just pick out Marvel Studios Spider-Man official teaser trailer.
Oh yeah.
Because they want to support. I bet you nothing they're gonna do that.
Because they're trying to. I feel like they're trying to surprise us with something. So.
I still think it's either gonna be Broken Home or Home Broken.
That could be one of them.
Because when Tom Holland, made that Instagram post, he purposely, obviously he did, he purposely dropped his iPad,
which had the Spider-Man 3 script in it.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh no, it broke it." And then when he showed the screen again, there was nothing in it, and it looked perfectly fine. But a few minutes before that, he said, "I just got home." But it's just the way he said it.
I just got home. I feel like.
And then a few minutes later, he's saying broken.
You know what I think's gonna happen? He's gonna go home and he's gonna have like his personality be broken. Now, this is This is what I think is. This is a theory, because the other day I sent this to Andrew. That Marvel actually is potentially, I don't know if it's true or not, but potentially has a way to have Spider-Man forget about Iron Man. And maybe the broken personality that Tom Holland could have, because J. Jonah Jameson literally revealed his entire identity. Mysterio.
With Mysterio.
Yeah,
but Jameson was the one who posted it, so.
Yeah, but then again, that could be the start of Tom Holland's Spider-Man actually becoming like this young adult and not like this stupid idiot. No, I love Tom Holland, but his Spider-Man is just not what I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. But then again,
he started off like a good Spider-Man, but then he just
It was Iron Man. But anyways, but then again, I believe that him being broken is what's really gonna like change his like attitude. Maybe he can become like a little bit of Toby and a little bit of Andrew. I don't know, but
yeah, it would make sense if title is either Broken Home or Home Broken.
Broken
It's
Home.
one. It's one. It just has to be one of those.
I mean, like, and we all know Tom Holland is known to spoil things. So.
Well, if I'm right, because I'm literally been the only
Infinity
one
War
who's actually
poster.
thought about this. So if I'm right about this, I'm gonna be going crazy.
Infinity War poster. Yeah, but
Spoiling the title for Spider-Man Far From Home.
as I was saying, yes. So.
My throat hurts now.
What else? We talked. Let's talk more about the Electro problem, I guess. I don't know.
The Electro problem.
Yeah, like let's dive deeper into it. Like let's get like a little more taste of Spider-Verse.
Like how Electro dived deep into those electric wires. Wait,
buddy,
That's
Taz
not
and
right.
bro, he like legit took all of the light out in Tazin too. Like, come on.
Well, he caused like a power outage everywhere.
I know. Thanks to him grabbing the plugs and just like injecting it into himself, he's just like.
It's like more power.
Exactly.
Absolute power. Activate Electro Power 9000.
You know, but the whole Electro thing is just like, is he coming back to be just the villain and he's actually a different Electro, but he's just yellow this time? Or is this actually the same Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and he just how somehow ended up in a completely different world where there's Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
And he's going to be very confusion.
Let's just hope it
He's
doesn't
going to
happen.
see that there's Arkansas and Kansas.
And he's gonna realize it's not his birthday for once.
It's like, wait, I thought wasn't today my birthday? Dang it, I missed it. You're like years too late on that, buddy.
you ended up in a different universe thanks to Doctor Strange. Then again,
Yeah, you're like 5 or how many years it's been since Amazing Spider-Man 2? 16? No, not 16.
16.
I don't know why I said 16. How many years has it been since Amazing Spider-Man 2?
6 years.
I feel short. Dear God. No wonder I remember seeing that disgrace of a movie in theaters.
Yeah, we just called Tazin 2 a disgrace of a movie. It's all because of Mark Webb. I'm sorry.
And yeah. I mean, we've seen villains come back to life. I mean, take Loki for example. Bro, he's been coming back to life ever since Thor 1. Like that first Thor movie. He's been coming back. He's been dying for every single time and coming back to life every single time.
And it turns out he was
He's still alive now because he got the Tesseract. So I mean, my point is, we've seen characters die and come back to life. So if he would have pulled a move like this,
you know, Jamie Foxx's Electro could definitely be one of them. But
yep.
I think that I feel like Doctor Strange could possibly have to do something with, like, you know, Jamie Foxx's Electro, like possibly coming into like Tom Holland's world. Now, I had a theory with Doctor Strange that maybe that he is the Doctor Strange from the Raimiverse, which is probably true, but
no, it wouldn't make sense.
Well, I don't know, but
I mean, I know Doctor Strange exists in the Raimiverse, but the version we're talking about, this isn't the same one.
Yeah, you could thank Jameson for that one. Jameson was the one in Spider-Man 2 who confirmed that Doctor Strange exists. So.
And then years later, Sam Raimi himself would direct Doctor Strange 2.
What a coincidence! I think not. But anyways, back on topic. So I don't think Toby and Andrew have anything to do with this movie. I mean, I hate to say it, but they don't.
No, not this movie.
Doctor Strange 2, they do. Tobey Maguire is confirmed, but Andrew Garfield pretty much not yet, but he's in talks with it. we'll talk about Doctor Strange 2. I don't know, but it's got nothing to do with Spider. Well, actually, we could talk
sorry.
about. We could talk about Doctor Strange 2. I mean, we got all 3 Spider-Men, so.
Yep, future videos out.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Anyways, but the Electro thing, I feel like maybe this has to be. Regardless, I feel like this has to be the same one from TASM 2.
Oh, it has to be.
It would really show there's a multiverse situation going on. So.
Well, like I said, they're clearly setting up a Spider-Verse here. So
yeah, you have Doctor Strange 2's title, which is the Multiverse of Madness. You got Tobey Maguire returning in Doctor Strange 2. You got Andrew Garfield potentially in talks to return to Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. And you got WandaVision, which comes out on January 15th.
Which is about a show where Wanda screws up everything. She's like the Barry Allen of the Marvel Universe. She screws up basically not only, well, not the timeline, but she screws up the multiverse.
Do you think we could see snippets of Spider-Man in WandaVision? Probably not. But...
Nah.
I mean, they could hint to they could probably hint to oh, this might have screwed up a Spider-Man situation. I don't know what they could do, but it's I don't know. But the Spider-Verse is really gonna carry on from WandaVision, not Spider-Man 3. So
yeah. Something I do want to talk about, and that's regarding Mysterio. He is alive. Marvel Studios nor Sony has confirmed that, but hear me out. We all saw, but he himself has literally done so many crazy illusions. He even faked his, faked getting shot, that one time just to see if he could shoot Peter, but that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when he mysteriously died, then days later, they're just now getting a source from an anonymous source, is really what they said, showing the footage of Spider-Man, quote unquote, killing Mysterio. And I know some of you may say, well, it's probably his henchman that did it. Nah. It was him. It was him. He did it.
And he knows how to work on computers too. He knows how to work on computers too.
Yeah. He clearly hacked the system or something or whatever and sent it to the Daily Bugle and our news reporters and telling them to show this footage. And especially too, especially when he said people would believe anything. I think he's and I'm wondering, I'm not saying it's that's what he's doing, but I have a feeling if they do make a Spider-Verse that he is probably going to be involved, and maybe the villains for it would probably be the Sinister Six, and he would be the one to help set it up.
True. Something that I will not expect, even though I feel like it could just happen in the future, is just the setting up of Tom Holland fighting Tom Hardy's Venom. Now, hear me out. I know that's not going to happen, but I feel like at some point that's going to happen. So, if only it was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I mean, I'm sorry, but Tom Hardy's Venom looked like he could just destroy Tom Holland's Spider-Man in a matter of 2 seconds.
Well, they were planning on making a Venom spinoff back in 2015, around before Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 were canceled.
True, in all honesty, I still wish it was Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I think we all do.
Imagine if you find out it is.
If I find out that it is, I swear to God, I'm gonna mark out, because then I'm gonna expect maybe another Venom film. Now, the question on my mind is there gonna be some sort of hint to a Venom tease for a near future? I know it's gonna set up the Spider-Verse, but could there possibly be a tease for Tom Holland's Venom? No, what?
How would it work though? Because the symbiote has already bonded with Eddie, and I don't know why. It makes no sense. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it just wouldn't make much sense at all. Cause how would he even get the symbiote? That's my question. If they went that route, like, would
I
the
kind of want to,
symbiote die or
with,
like detach from Eddie and Venom 2,
with
and then
Spider-Man 3, with Spider-Man
find its
3,
way
with Spider-Man 3, I've always wanted to talk about with Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, because I think that's something that we're going to have to expect. I mean, like I said, I still wish it was Andrew Garfield, but then again, I just, just,
Well, it's like you said, what to accept.
yeah, what to accept. yeah. We had a little problem before the video started.
Oh yeah, yeah. Long story short, Nate was trying to get things set it up. He needed a title. Alex gave it to him, and it was and the autocorrect or something. He put what to accept instead of
That
what
was the
to
keyboard's
expect.
fault. That was the keyboard's fault. That was not my fault. I'm telling you, oh god. I was like,
sure, buddy, sure.
I was like, well, I mean, we kind of have to accept the fact that Spider-Man 3 is not setting up the Spider-Verse. It's its own thing. But you know what's funny is that WandaVision comes out at the beginning of next year, and Spider-Man 3 comes out at the end of next year. So,
well, so far, WandaVision is coming out at the beginning of next year,
which is January 15th on Disney Plus. Need I remind you?
I thought it was coming out January 20th.
Nope, it's January 15th.
Huh.
What else is there to talk about with Spider-Man 3?
Well, we could give out on. We already kind of did, but we could give out a little bit more theories on what we think would happen. I do want to see a police chase, and there has been a stunt scene, like a scene of Tom Holland's stunt doing like a swing, which shows him swinging, and when he lands, he kind of lands a little badly, but he did it on purpose, because then afterwards you hear the director going, "Yes, that was perfect." I'm wondering if that's like for a scene of when showing Spider-Man getting literally chased down by like different policemen.
Yeah, that.
Because the way because it shows him swinging away from somebody, and then and like I said, when he lands, he kind of lands a little rough.
The cops are gonna have to chase him. So...
Oh yeah, I hope we actually get a really epic scene. And imagine if they recreate that Amazing Spider-Man 1 scene where it shows the cops actually tase Spider-Man and he knocks out.
And then
just remove his mask.
And then 1 second later, his spider senses go off, and it's like he just goes crazy. But
oh no, Alex, it's the Peter sense. Oh, I mean Peter tingle.
Oh god dang it, Aunt May. Okay, yeah, yeah, you can blame Aunt May for that one, but I'm still calling it spider sense. So screw you. So yeah, but when his spider sense went off, he like they escalated that quickly. He just like ran away like fast. So
I'm really wanting him to be like with when his spider sense go off, I'm hoping it'll be like spider sense danger, like he would like from like the comics or whatever he would often say.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But nah, we haven't gotten anything like that yet, but I'm hoping they take that opportunity and do that for the third film. Because because having it called Peter Tingle, that's not what it's called.
That's just the MCU's way of keeping it childish, because they still want Spider-Man to be young. But it's time for Tom Holland to act like Tobey and Andrew.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have Iron Man anymore. Because Iron Man's dead.
I wonder how he's actually going to forget about him, though. I'm really interested how they're going to go that route.
I know no one's talked about Happy, but Happy's definitely coming back, so just expect that.
Yo, imagine Happy and Aunt May.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop it!
And then having to say 6 months later, be like, Peter, we got exciting news.
No,
Hey,
no,
and
no.
MJ's like, hey, I do too. Okay, you say yours first, May. Happy and I are getting married. He was like, wait, what? And MJ's like, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, guys, I'm pregnant. And that's when Peter goes, what the f?
Why do I see that happening? Happy's about to become Peter's stepfather. Oh, no. I mean the pregnant thing we've talked about, but not Happy and Aunt May.
Well, you brought it up, and I came up
All
with
I
the whole
said
thing
was
in a
Happy.
matter of seconds.
Oh my god, I blame this on
Well,
myself.
I literally came up with that whole thing like the second he brought it up.
By the way, why do I talk about MJ revealing she's pregnant? Well, it's
Well,
I'm sorry, I got a random phone call. But
I'll tell you.
like I said, it's the MCU. It's the MCU. So
Well, that, and because literally sometime after Far From Home came out, him and I were just joking, on how Spider-Man 3 would end. And after we kind of brought that, said that, we started imagining it actually happening. And man, if that happens, I'm gonna be dying, and I'm like seriously dying of laughter. And my parents would be wondering why I'm laughing so hard. They'd think, yeah, it's funny. Be like, yeah, it is.
because me and my friend talked about it last year and it happened.
Yo, yeah, we talked about this like last year.
Oh, we talked
But this was
for 2 years technically after Far From Home came out.
yeah, because this was actually we were gonna make a Spider-Man 3 fan script. That's actually how fan script started. Started. It was gonna start with that, and it was gonna end it with the same way we were gonna have it.
Yeah.
Fun fact. That's how that started. But
it was December 2019. I'll give you that.
oh man,
it's already November. Time flies. Another prediction I have is now I heard a story that all the characters from Homecoming and Far From Home are coming back. That's what I heard. Which means that Michael Keaton's Vulture is coming back. And
yo, I didn't think about that.
Liz is probably coming back, which I doubt because she moved.
When they said every character, I feel like they probably should have been specific about it.
Like, but like, what if it's not every character? Can I at least get info, please? Like, it's not spoiling the movie. You're just saying that characters are coming back.
They should have at least said most of the characters.
If you had told me it was most of the characters, I'd be like, oh, okay, so every character, all right. Yes, that basically confirms Mysterio's coming back, so he is alive.
Yeah, yo, that's true. Because this is from Marvel themselves, so they themselves literally just spoiled that part, and Tom Holland didn't even say anything.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to end up like the.
Yo, they become Tom Holland now.
Yeah, just keep Tom Holland away from you at all costs, though, because he could spoil. Bro, he could possibly spoil the Uncharted movie in front of you, and you might get pissed. So.
Oh, yeah, with a single, yeah, exactly. He
Like,
would spoil it in a single heartbeat.
If Tom Holland said, "Oh, Spider-Man's gonna get MJ pregnant," you'd be like, "You motherfucker."
He could possibly spoil Spider-Man 4, not the Raimi one.
He could possibly spoil the Spider-Verse.
Oh God, if he did, I would kill him.
I would actually kill him.
I'm sorry, but this is something that if it does happen, I'll be looking forward to much. And if he does, away he goes into my realm of shadows. Heck, I would combine the realm of shadows and the spider realm together and put him in it for all eternity.
By the way, the Spider Realm is actually hosted by Bully Maguire, So,
Oh yeah, you don't. You don't want to go in there. It's
no,
scary.
dude, he's gonna put so much dirt in your eye. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways.
yeah. So, this is kind of a weird podcast. It's been a while. Don't judge us.
Yeah.
How
Well, we're not as what's
responsible? Wait, no.
Yeah. Well.
Well, I mean, we came up with this podcast like 2 months ago.
Well. Yeah. This fun fact. This was Plan B. We were gonna do
We
another.
still have yet to have that special guest with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But-
This was actually Plan B.
So we're gonna have to keep that for now.
That
Anyway,
should be coming back. We're gonna try next week, whenever he's off work. So,
okay. I know this is probably the biggest topic, but this has to be said. There are stories going around that Tobey Maguire is probably in Spider-Man 3, but he's not his Peter Parker. He's a character that we actually want to see. Now, director John Watts confirmed it himself that Tom Holland's Peter has an Uncle Ben.
well, obviously,
And there have been stories going around that Tobey Maguire is that Uncle Ben that Tom Holland has. So,
is it bad? I don't want that to happen.
is it bad that I feel like it's going to happen when I don't want it to happen?
I mean, Sony could surprise us. We could like it, but I don't know. It's just something I would never really wanted to see.
And
At first I did, but then I'm like, nah.
And it's something I'm not going to understand either.
No. I mean, Tobey Maguire is old, but gosh, he's only in his 40s.
I know.
But then again, with a bit of CGI, but it would just be weird.
But here's my question. Has Tom Holland's Spider-Man learned about responsibility?
No, he hasn't.
No, of course not. So we got to
I
get
don't even know if his. I mean, in fairness, there was stuff that Marvel Studios couldn't use, such as Uncle Ben. So, yeah.
Norman Osborn.
Now I think about it, that's probably the main reason why they had Tony Stark be like the Uncle Ben of the MCU to Spider-Man. But he didn't tell
True.
Peter that with great power comes great responsibility, because even himself didn't know that at the time.
I don't think Iron Man... There was theories that Iron Man knew about the multiverse. But
Yeah. Now,
if
we
I
do
don't
get
know,
a
but-
Spider-Verse, we could have Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man and like be teaching Spider-Man about responsibility and actually have that famous
And
quote.
Spider-Man 3 could actually tease something like that. Maybe they can actually finally get a hint to where Tom Holland really does have an Uncle Ben. Now, there's actually a reference in one of the Spider-Man films. I don't remember what it was, but there was a reference to where Tom Holland was. I think he was talking about like his Aunt May, and he said like, "Oh, she's just been going through rough times." I had a theory that maybe that was the Uncle Ben death scenario thing. That's what I think.
Well, didn't Peter say he's been Spider-Man for a few months when Civil War came out?
Yeah.
So that means that could have been taking place like probably a few months after the death of Uncle Ben, and she's still been grieving over it. And even though Peter didn't mention why he really is Spider-Man because of Uncle Ben, when he says when you do the things that I can't, but you don't, but then the bad things happen, and they happen because of you. He's clearly referencing what happened to his Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm. The question is, did his Uncle Ben get shot because of chocolate milk? I'm sorry.
You idiot.
Only a true Spider-Man fan would get that because that's how Andrew Garfield's Uncle Ben died, which was actually pretty sad and dark, but it was really stupid because it was over chocolate milk and how his Peter Parker.
Dang it, chocolate milk.
Keep in mind, he's got a star tattoo on his left arm.
No. See, I bet his Uncle Ben died because the store clerk wanted so many good cloths or something.
Did his Uncle Ben die at night though?
I don't know. It seems like I mean, most likely.
I
That's
mean,
happened in the comics. Seems like happened in every animated cartoon and movies, so probably.
I really hope John Watts is able to actually get away with an Uncle Ben reference. I don't know why, but
Well, like I said, that scene from Civil War was probably an Uncle Ben reference, but they didn't make it too obvious.
you're telling me that basically Tobey Maguire is dead in the MCU, but his Uncle Ben and not Peter Parker. So
Watch to kill him off in Spider-Verse.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
other
talk about that later. Sorry.
We okay. What if I told you we made a horrible discovery?
Josh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble if I say it. Anyways, but with Tobey Maguire being the Uncle Ben of Spider-Man 3, I don't want that to happen, but it seems like it's gonna happen.
It'd just be weird, though.
Because there was a story on Google that said that Tobey Maguire is gonna be like a mentor, like a new mentor to like Tom Holland's Peter Parker. I'm like, that can only mean one thing. That could legit only mean one thing. That he is Uncle Ben. He is Tom Holland's Uncle Ben. But why Tobey Maguire though? You could have at least gone someone else besides Tobey Maguire.
Because why not? Apparently, I can only no. I actually have a better answer for that, but I'd rather say that in the future podcasts of
Just say it now. It's not gonna affect anything.
But if we do, it'll break the multiverse again. And Doctor Strange told us not to break it again, or we'll just have bad luck. Okay, maybe he didn't say it exactly like that, but he was really ticked off.
Oh yeah, guys.
Yeah, we broke the multiverse a month ago, I think.
Yeah,
It wasn't pleasant.
I really didn't want to do it, but it just happened.
Yep, we were in the car one day, and suddenly there were two of us.
Let's just say all I did was press the shower button and just chaos happened. Peter and MJ's relationship, where's this gonna go?
Well, I wonder. I know I said this to you. I said this to you last night, but I wonder if maybe MJ would actually think that Peter did kill Mysterio with the Stark Tech, considering she didn't even see the fight go on. But I'm sure after Peter does explain himself to her, that eventually she will believe him.
How is Ned gonna get involved into all of this is my question. Especially Happy and Aunt May. Like, think about those guys.
Well, see, the FBI doesn't even know that they know who Spider-Man is. But I think they will find out that they knew. Because, unless they're gonna...
Because he sided with
they
Iron
try to
Man
go
in
a
Civil
good cop,
War,
bad
so.
cop.
I
I can honestly see them tracking down the people Spider-Man knows.
Would that
And,
include...
and see if they had any
would that
relationship to them.
Would that include the Avengers? Or... Well, actually, no, because
No, because
they don't know he's
they
Peter
can't
Parker.
do that.
I mean, if Tony Stark was still alive, they wouldn't do that to him either.
Yo.
So
Black Widow's dead. Thor's still probably left Earth. Hulk, well, he probably didn't know either.
Steve probably is still just retired.
Well, Steve is probably dead. Iron Man's
Steve
dead,
could be
obviously. Pretty
I
much
think-
all the Avengers. Black
just
Panther, he's a king, so they can't legally get him.
Hulk, I don't know about Hulk.
Nah,
Hulk is just probably doing his own thing. I don't know.
probably. Probably dealing with She-Hulk.
Yeah, I mean we got Phase 4 coming up.
Cough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the police would kind of
Keep in mind,
cut down
Spider-Man is young.
May and all of them, since they did know.
Keep in mind that Spider-Man is really young. Just keep that in mind. So, are they really going? Are they going to attempt to arrest him? Or are they just gonna ask him questions? Or are they actually?
Imagine they did arrest them.
Bro, if they arrested him, that's actually gonna piss me off because I don't want to see that. I kind of want him to pull an Andrew Garfield on them, where he escaped.
Yeah, imagine seeing MJ handcuffed and then to a jail cell, and you see like this big dude try to grab her from inside of a jail.
I kind of feel like Ned could get arrested as well. That's
Probably.
It's weird because they're still in school. So I just
How old is Peter Parker? Because I know he's like in his 20s in real life.
I know.
But
Well, and think about in Homecoming. Homecoming, he said he was 15 years old. Well, Tony Stark thought he was 14, but he's 15. So Far From Home how long is Endgame after Homecoming? I don't remember, but I know Far From Home is like.
well, remember too, since he faded away, he didn't age.
And they traveled 5 years, so that would make him 20, right? He'd be 21.
No.
Because wait, hold on.
No. I just said that in Far From Home they already said that the people that faded away didn't age, and since Peter was one of them, he didn't age. And Infinity War takes place a year after Homecoming, and then in that movie he said he was 15. So in Infinity War he would have been 16. So that means when he came back he was still 16.
So he's most likely still 16 in Spider-Man 3?
As far as we're concerned, yes.
Unless they do
I don't know.
something like
Marvel and Sony may come out and say what his age is, but for now, I'm just going to assume that he's still 16, maybe even 17.
Tom Holland's gonna have to shave that slight beard too. he's kind of growing a beard now.
Yeah,
so.
because if he is still, well, I mean, you're 15, you're already growing a beard, so, and I'm kind of slowly going one, so if he is 17, if he's at least 17, then he could at least keep some of it, I guess. But then again, it's set like it picks up right where Far From Home left off, so he would actually have to shave. Now that I think about it.
Be stupid. I mean, like you literally just pointed out that I have facial hair.
I mean, if people seen your post, they would already know.
Now, I'll give them the benefit of a doubt. I'll probably give them a chance. This could be their way to prove that Tom Holland really is starting to act like an adult, even though he's still young and he's still in school. And
time to act like a man.
Yeah, without Iron Man's help. I mean, he was fine in Far From Home, but he was still acting like a kid because he was still thinking about Tony. Yeah, now, I don't know. Like I said,
he had a whole grudge on him. Well, not grudge, but.
Now I don't know how they're gonna make him forget him. Not for good, but when it comes to seeing him and stuff, it's how are they gonna do that? Is he gonna realize that this is something that he has to do on his own, or is it just or is he maybe his age is really catching up to him, and now he's starting to realize that it's time to be an adult,
Well, he probably won't say adult, but he'll probably say it's time to grow up and start acting.
It's time to grow up and start.
I mean, I know that basically means the same thing, but it's
I really want Tom Holland to be like Toby and Andrew. That's what I want. So. maybe in Spider-Verse he could actually be like the younger Spider-Man that actually is, like he actually is ready. So you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yep.
I guess he's kind of ready. But if Spider-Man 3's title and story like really revolves to that, if it's called Homebroken, that's where he's really gonna have to like show like his frustrations and his depression, and it's just making him like
Well,
more like
especially everything that's happening to him. Like, I want them like to like go more in depth and shows a lot of his anger and emotions.
true. Yeah.
I mean, they had no trouble doing that with the past Spider-Man, and they really, I mean, they've done that. I mean, they've kind of did that here and there when he snapped at Happy, But like, I want them to show more of that, but like go more further in depth and that, showing his rage and anger and frustration.
Yeah. That doesn't revolve around the symbiote. Now, I kind of feel like that at some point Tom Holland could get a hold of the symbiote,
I don't
and
know how, but maybe he just will, just
but
like
it
that.
but it
Plot
makes
convenience.
sense. It makes sense though, because he's lost Iron Man, he lost Uncle Ben. His identity is pretty much revealed to the whole entire world, like around the globe. And but maybe they could do something to where it's like, maybe his frustration of like, him like having his identity revealed, maybe MJ and Ned probably just like, split away from him, because now they think he's starting to become dangerous, and he's starting to like really release all the anger. And he doesn't have to do this with the symbiote. He can do this because his identity is literally revealed to the entire world. So I can see them doing that, and it would really bring in like the birth of Tom Holland's Spider-Man starting to become like this, grown up that's like ready to actually be a full experienced Spider-Man, not legit, but like starting to like become like a full experienced Spider-Man, like the PS4 game, for example, where he's older and he's much more experienced. So,
Exactly.
and that's what I want them to do. And Aunt May and Happy are technically the only ones who are going to be there for him. Doctor Strange is going to be there for him too. I have we don't know the Doctor Strange thing, but if anything, he's going to have to help Peter cover up his name, or
Exactly.
Maybe Peter could go somewhere else and leave New York or something. I don't know if they're going to do that, but they could do that if he's going to be on the run. So
Yeah.
if anything, I think Spider-Man 3 is actually interesting with the story though, and the inclusion of Doctor Strange in it.
Yeah.
But that's what I want them to see. Tom Holland's a great actor, so I think he can really actually pull that off. Like
Oh
maybe
yeah,
Tom,
I've seen him in like really dark films, and he has amazing acting. So I have no doubt that he would, if they were gonna go this route, he would be able to. I have no doubt he would be
and
able to.
at least and it's funny because Tom Holland's Spider-Man would actually have a reason to be given the symbiote, unlike Tobey Maguire, who was just
He
handed.
just randomly got it because plot convenience.
Yeah, thanks to Sony. But Andrew Garfield is actually another one that actually has a reason to get the symbiote too. But
I mean, I
you
could
know,
see him getting the symbiote, but it probably won't be for a while.
I think maybe when he encounters Tom Hardy's Venom, I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, there've already been talks to doing like a Spider-Man for his for his film
Tom
series.
Holland's, yes.
Yeah, not really.
Maybe that could like Raimi's different.
Yeah.
There's actually a chance of Raimi's 4 happening, but
Another video.
that's different. But I think Spider-Man 3 could also really like show a tease for the Venom thing, because ever since Venom first came out, they wanted to do Spider-Man and Venom again, but this time with Tom Holland. It was supposed to be Andrew Garfield, but Sony f***ed it up. So I'm still mad it's not Andrew Garfield when it makes all the sense in the world to be Andrew Garfield, but it's Tom Holland. But maybe
I like how we tried talking about one thing and it goes on to talking about another thing.
I mean, Spider-Man 3 technically fits with the Spider-Verse in a way, because, like, what they're saying, and because of Electro and possibly Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But what I really want Spider-Man 3 to do is to release the anger and frustration and the depression of a broken Tom Holland's Peter Parker that really like shows that what if MJ and Ned just don't want to deal with him anymore? Now they think he's a little too dangerous because of the way he's acting and
Yeah.
stuff.
What
And that's
it
gonna
would
make
make
you hate them.
sense.
That's gonna make you hate them too, because it's like, oh, you're supposed like, do you not realize that you actually keep this dude's secret, but now you're mad at him because like, I mean, people when they're angry take it out on other people sometimes, especially the ones that they're close to. I mean,
Yeah.
not, so it's
What-
just
Having that happen would actually be very great and fitting, considering the way Far From Home ended. And I'm not talking about the end credit scene, but it's just obviously we saw him swinging, and he was with the girl he loved. Well, not for a while now, but he got the girl. He saved the city. He even had a final swing showing. He was like really
yeah.
happy.
Tom Holland had a final swing, guys. That's
Yeah, yeah. That's how it ended.
On
On a
a
high
good note.
note.
Until
And then
the
having
credits
him
came
go
out.
from being joyful to having like so much frustration and anger and depression, have that just go down, it would be perfect.
I wonder what the action scenes are gonna be like when it comes to Electro. So
I'm not sure, but yeah, having the story, it would just be kind of showing how hard it is to be, this hero everybody's expecting you to be.
and I didn't want them to drop out the next Iron Man thing. Please, can you drop that out?
Yeah, that was stupid of them to ask, especially let alone even have someone ask that. Like, are you gonna be the next Iron Man?
And then this dude's gonna get affected by it, and he's just like, I think I'm gonna have to go.
In fairness, he was literally wearing a suit of armor in that scene, so that's probably why people asked.
I mean, Tony Stark did give it to him, so
Yeah. Well, how did they know How did they know Spider-Man had a connection with Iron Man? Because Iron Man never even gave anything out about that.
I mean, he did say in Homecoming. Do you think was it the F? Did he say everyone thought I was crazy that I would recruit a 14-year-old boy, something like?
Well, yeah, the Avengers knew,
obviously,
but not the public.
If the public knew, I think they would make a big deal out of it.
Well, because even Tony Stark's like showing the world at the end when he was,
He's Iron Man.
That's showing the world the next member of the Avengers, Spider-Man. So obviously they didn't know at the time, and he never told them about any of that.
And they don't know, and they didn't know that Spider-Man was just a kid until now. So that's gonna like really, maybe they can like throw out that like, oh wait, maybe they can throw out that, oh, the notification.
yeah, I know. I saw.
Oh yeah. Okay. Moving on. So, like I was saying, it's like if you're gonna fit like if you want to fit Iron Man still, that's fine. But like if you're gonna fit him into it, can you please fit him into where it's like, oh, it has nothing to do with the next Iron Boy, Iron Man or something like that. But you can also fit it into where the public finally maybe are now thinking that maybe Iron Man was like training this kid. Like now everyone's gonna think that Iron Man was crazy because he recruited a 16-year-old kid to be a part of the Avengers, even though this kid was bitten by a radioactive spider. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did say he was 16.
Well,
not 15.
Well, he said he was 15, but he's got to be 16. Thanks to the Infinity War and Endgame timeline. But
I really don't know how this.
Spider-Man 3. We're getting our first look next month, though. At least that's what they're saying. But there's a.
Dang, he uploaded twice.
I noticed. Lives in Spider-Man 3 alternate ending. Okay, so
of course we're talking about Spider-Man 3 and we get notifications from that.
well, the first one is the The first one was the one
Yeah.
we're talking about. The second one is not the one we're talking about. But that's what I want them to do.
I think
don't
I think
know.
I think it'll go a little darker out, but it will probably be like Amazing Spider-Man.
It's
But
gonna pull
I
an
wouldn't
amazing.
care.
It's gonna pull the Amazing Spider-Man, where it's just like this got this like darker attitude. They could probably lay off the joke.
It needs to show the struggles Peter Parker has on being Spider-Man.
I mean, Spider-Man 1 was kind of dark in a sense, but it wasn't as dark as The Amazing Spider-Man was. The Amazing Spider-Man was freaking dark, dude.
Spider-Man Homecoming wasn't dark at all. I don't know
I
where you got that idea from.
No, I'm talking about Raimi one. The Raimi film.
Oh, yeah, kind of was. But we're not talking about that.
I mean, this could be the first Tom Holland film that's actually dark. Now, I don't know if they're gonna do Spider-Man is fighting at night, because the Amazing Spider-Man 1 pulled like a Batman type style where Spider-Man was actually only fighting at nighttime in the scenes in the film. But
There was only like one battle scene that he didn't, and that was at that school.
The library where Stan Lee cameoed. But yeah, I'm sorry guys.
The only way for them to pull off a Stanley cameo into this is to show a picture of him on like a wall or something that was painted on a wall.
Or you can pull the Miles Morales thing, which I really can't say because it's spoiling the game. But
you haven't played the game yet, so you can't even say it.
Well, I mean, I saw it on YouTube thanks to someone uploading it, but
well, now I know where to look at.
Well,
I haven't even started playing. Like, oh yeah, I have the game.
Yeah, this kid's got the game, and I have to wait.
I'm gonna spoil it anyway, but I mean, I really feel like they should continue the Stanley cameos in some kind of way.
Especially when Raimi's 4 comes out, when Mark Webb's 3 comes out. Anyways, you know.
Man, we're just foreshadowing the next podcast, though, right? We're talking about that more than
Let's hope Sony and Disney don't kill us for this. Ugh.
They probably will.
Now this has nothing to do with Spider-Man 3, but I heard that Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home could possibly be on Disney Plus. I heard something like that, but
I mean, if it doesn't, it wouldn't matter. I already got them on Blu-ray, so.
I know. You know what would be stupid though, if they added the Raimi films and the Amazing films on Disney Plus. So that's stupid.
Well, even if it did, great. If it didn't, I already have all 3 of them. So on Blu-ray as well, cause I'm just that good.
Now, another question I have for Spider-Man 3: is it gonna premiere in theaters, or is it gonna be like a home exclusive?
Well, if things start getting better by December of next year, then it might potentially be in theaters. But if it doesn't, it might be like at most drive-in theaters.
Or they could actually, if Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home actually end up going on Disney Plus, I can see it being a Disney Plus exclusive. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really matter to me, at least. It's weird. It's kind of weird how his films are not on Disney Plus, and yet there's a Spider-Man profile for Disney Plus, which is my profile for my account.
That's because
of
most
Silver...
of the Spider-Man series on there that Disney has developed.
Except for the Incredible Hulk and the 2 Spider-Man films. So, yeah. But Spider-Man was in Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, so that's technically why.
Okay, what is going on with that?
I wouldn't mind Spider-Man 3 being a drive-through or a Disney Plus exclusive, but I just want things to be normal again in the world, so that way I can finally experience it seeing in the theaters again, which would be nice.
Same.
Because I've seen almost any MCU, well, not all MCU films, but like some of the MCU films in theaters, including his Spider-Man films, including Civil War, including the Avengers films as well. So
Yeah, I remember. I remember actually go. Yeah, most of the MCU movies I've seen, um, except we'll have to drive in because it's cheap. But I do remember seeing Spider-Man: Homecoming at the Malco Theater,
yeah.
which was a great experience. Even though it wasn't my favorite movie, it was a great experience. I wish I saw it in
Man,
IMAX, but you know.
man, December 17th, 2021 can't come faster.
Well, we have to wait a year.
Yeah, thanks to the.
Yeah.
It's just pisses me off. It really pisses me off.
But we can cough, cough. Whew,
Wakanda forever. Oh wait, wrong film. I know. By the way, don't. That was not disrespect. By the way, that was just a joke, but not to the actors, the movie. So, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Though that was probably like the worst thing I ever heard.
You can't see it, but I'm doing the
Wakanda
Forever thing. I'm as he's saying this.
So yeah, I guess this is gonna be a tribute to Chadwick Boseman and Stan Lee.
In a small way.
In a small way.
Yeah, maybe we can only pray that 2021 gets better.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to see Spider-Man 3 in theaters just like we did with the last two.
Yep. And, but if not, then some people gonna die. I mean, well. Yeah.
But like I said, with Doctor Strange, maybe Doctor Strange. But how is Doctor Strange gonna be introduced though? Is Doctor Strange like gonna be like recruited by Peter, or is he gonna does he know about it? And he's just like, oh, I gotta do something about this probably.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if Peter recruited him. I mean, he's probably the only logical choice because, like we explained with the other Avengers earlier, they're not really around anymore, and Spider-Man is technically the only one in a way, and Doctor Strange. But
I don't think Peter really met Doctor Strange. I mean, I know that he they don't really know each other, so I'm wondering how this is gonna go down.
If it's for Spider-Verse, I'm kind of gonna be a little pissed off. I don't want them. We said this many times today. I don't want Spider-Man 3 to be all about the Spider-Verse, because if it was about the Spider-Verse, you would have gotten me to believe that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were probably going to be in this film. But no, Tobey Maguire is confirmed to be in Doctor Strange 2, and then you got Andrew Garfield in the last talks. At least that's what I saw from the picture the other day. Finalizing his talks to show up in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Which, Andrew Garfield, please actually show up. So, yeah.
I mean, Marvel has not been known for rushing anything, so I'm pretty sure it would help. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man 3 is gonna set it up, but it won't be this. But it won't.
WandaVision is supposed to do that, but WandaVision
is supposed to help set up Doctor Strange 2, which might set up Spider-Verse.
And besides, like I said, Tobey Maguire is gonna be in Doctor Strange 2, and it's the only logical choice. I don't know why people think Tobey would show up in Spider-Man 3. Like, why Spider-Man 3? Doctor Strange 2 is the only thing that you're going to get me to believe that you're setting this thing up.
Yeah.
WandaVision is going to focus on the multiverse being broken, but in its own way. It's not going to really focus on Spider-Man, unless they add, like, a little snippet to Spider-Man, but it's just... Oh, gosh. I don't know.
I'm still wondering how they're gonna pull that off, but
and Peter's identity story in Spider-Man 3 has nothing to do with the multiverse. So
what if the title was actually called Identity Crisis?
Identity Home. Wait, no.
No. I mean, I know they said that the title will involve the word home. But, you just haven't...
I know there's things saying it's Serenity now, but that's just a working title to keep it secret.
Oh my gosh. I've actually gotten really ticked off because people have been saying that the title is Serenity now. I'm like, no. if you look at that image, it says working title. You dumb,
It's a
you
working title
know.
to keep people surprised. They actually want to surprise people with this, whether it's got something to do with the Spider Verse or not.
Yo, I think they did this with Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
Did
they
they?
Avengers. Well, everyone knows that it was supposed to be called Infinity War Part 2. I think everyone should know that, but
Nah. Everybody, and I mean everybody, thought, well, knew it was gonna be called Endgame.
well, yeah, but I mean,
Nobody ever thought it was gonna be Endgame.
I mean, is it bad to this day? I think Endgame, just my personal opinion, does not make sense. But
Nope. Should
I
have
mean,
gone
if you,
should have gone in
it,
Gwen. I'm sorry, it's just I see this version of Peter Parker, Tom
oh
Holland's.
yeah, talk about that. Talk about that.
Yeah, I've always, I don't know why, but just I don't see him being with a girl like Michelle Jones. I mean, it's not like they want to be a good couple and all, but I just feel like he would be probably better off with Gwen Stacy, because I think it would just work like very well, and I think they would probably have a better connection, especially depending. And we've kind of talked about this too, like um, and we're not the first to even think about this. There's been fan trailers of this everywhere of
Where Sabrina Carpenter is Gwen Stacy. I
yeah.
actually, and me and Andrew have talked about this yesterday. We actually see Sabrina Carpenter actually making a good younger version of Gwen Stacy. Now, I don't think she's gonna be in the film, but like if they introduce her in the future, it would be interesting to have her be in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie like the Spider-Man series, to where she is Gwen Stacy. So
Yeah, and that doesn't mean she would have to die, because there's been plenty of different versions of Spider-Man where he does with
Tazen
Gwen
two,
Stacy and she doesn't die at all.
Tazen two
So
was different.
yeah, that was actually based on one of the
Well, that's
versions of Spider-Man where that Gwen Stacy dies. But there's been plenty of other versions where Peter's been with Gwen Stacy, and she hasn't died.
Has anyone even talked about Zendaya probably changing her hair to orange? Because that would be stupid.
Oh God.
No,
Another thing that they could also do with Gwen Stacy is have her actually get bit by one of the spiders and become Spider Woman.
or Spider Gwen.
Well, yeah, it would have been Spider Gwen, but she calls herself Spider Woman.
Sabrina Carpenter getting bit by the spider.
And fighting alongside Tom Holland's Spider Man. And that's a
Now, call me crazy. Call me crazy. I saw a story on Facebook one time where it says that the MCU has a plan to introduce Miles Morales into the MCU. So, how about this? What if there's a little cameo in the beginning of Spider-Man 3 where Miles is the one in the crowd when he sees that Mysterio and Jameson literally revealed that his identity is Peter Parker? What if that's not a full scene, but a cameo?
Well, even Tom Holland himself has even said that he wouldn't mind Miles Morales appearing on a Spider-Man film to have them work together. That doesn't necessarily mean this version of Spider-Man will die. I mean, look at Marvel's Spider-Man, like the series, and even Spider-Man PS4.
He's still too young.
Well, if he is still 17, well, then again, if you really think about it, that was the age Peter Parker from Into the Spider-Verse was originally gonna die.
But no, he died at 26. So. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, what is wrong with you?
If you haven't seen it,
please don't sue me.
If you haven't seen it, it's freaking amazing.
But yeah, I mean, they could possibly bring in Miles Morales, into the MCU, but like I said, that probably won't happen for a very long time. Well, at least for a while, considering Sony already still owns that character, and yeah, Marvel Studios kind of owns Spider-Man, but that's Peter Parker's Spider-Man, not Miles Morales' Spider-Man. So
You
they
know,
would have
it's
to
like
work out like a special deal for them to share that character.
I think they were probably gonna like. It's like with the theories that like with the Amazing Spider-Man 2, how like originally they were gonna show the Avengers Tower, but they didn't because they
Cause you know
yeah
the
it
modeling thing just
did
it
not
took
work
way too
out.
much time.
Yeah, and they were that that tells you, yes, if you guys did not know, Andrew Garfield was supposed to be the MCU Spider-Man, but nope.
But nah, we got Tom Holland.
No.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't. I didn't. I was really excited when I saw Spider-Man appear in the trailer for Civil War. But then when I saw him, I was like, okay, he's not that bad. I don't know. I don't know if he's my favorite, but he's not that bad.
But when I found out,
When I
it was
saw
mostly when I found.
Homecoming, I'm like,
This is.
I
It
don't
wasn't when I.
know.
It wasn't when I found out he was doing it with Iron Man. I mean, that's kind of like the comics, but it's not the way it is in general.
Well, in the comics, Spider-Man and Iron Man were actually always at, well, not always, but they were at each other a good amount of times in the comics.
And that led up to Spider-Man actually going with Cap instead, which he did in the comics.
Yeah,
So-
that's actually what happened in the Civil War comics. Cause originally, then to sum it up, Tony Stark was gonna recruit Spider-Man, and which he did. He revealed his identity.
We are off
and
topic.
yeah, I know. Yeah, this
But
is
it
something
kinda-
we're just
but
gonna
it
have
ki-
to get used to.
But it
Yeah,
kind
blah
of-
blah blah.
but it-
long-
but but it could kind of fit into Spider-Man 3. But Miles Morales is something I want to talk about with the MCU Spider-Man. But like I said, I want Miles to be a legit small cameo in the beginning of the film because you never know. He could probably be in the crowd when Spider-Man's identity is revealed. So
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Yeah, we could have well, it says
It's like,
Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker, and then you hear in the distance Peter going, "What the?" And then right before it shows him saying that, you see
a
you
kid.
see a kid.
I'm not gonna get into the color because that's racist.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
just
it's
the kid, just the
yeah,
kid.
but you get the idea. But you just see a kid and just looking up and just going.
He's like,
whoa.
bro.
And then it cuts us, and then it goes from there, cuts back to Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it turns out that kid is Miles Morales. So
Well, I mean, they kind of did that with in Iron Man 2, because they said that the kid wearing the Iron Man helmet was actually Peter Parker when he was very young.
I think everyone knows that.
Well, if you don't, well, not many people.
Oh! What if Miles is wearing a Spider-Man mask, and once he finds out, he uses his hand and he kind of like takes it off of him, and it's like, bro.
Yo, that could work. Bro,
That
I
could
actually see that
actually-
happening.
That could actually work, like a little cameo for Spider-Man 3. That is actually my idea for a cameo.
No,
So-
no. See, what would happen is right when all that happens, he would take off the mask and look at it, be like, "Whoa," and then walk off and drop in the mask, and you have it zoomed in, and then that's when it comes back to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
But-
when the well, no, I don't think that's what Marvel intro should cut in. It will just
Oh.
cut back to Spider-Man, and then something will happen.
Yeah. Well, this has gone off too long. I think we got to stop it here. We've talked
Yeah,
about too
we
much.
really got off track like so many times. It's
But
just
it
something
kinda-
that's
It
happened.
kind of fits in with Spider-Man 3 a little bit, I guess. But the
Yeah,
Miles
okay.
Morales,
Shut up,
but
Nick.
the Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy thing is something we'll talk about in the future for MCU as well. I don't know what we're gonna do for the I don't know what we're gonna do. Now, we're gonna try to get that special guest with us because he still wants to do.
The
I can't
8-year-old?
say who it is.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
If Max sees the video, I swear to God, I'm playing it on you. Okay, so
I'm kidding. I'm not. No, I didn't. I wasn't actually talking about him.
okay. Oh yeah, by the way, the guy's name is Max. The guy's name is Max, but you don't know who in general it is. So But we're gonna try to get back on track. Things seem to be normal for now. I can't promise because you never, like I said, you never know what life's gonna give us.
I
Things
missed the
could
part where that's my problem.
change. Yeah. So, but but in all seriousness, we're actually gonna try to pull out some more. We'll probably, I don't know what we're gonna do next, really, but who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe we could do like another. Maybe we can do like an MCU related video with like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I don't know. Me and Andrew are gonna figure this out after the stream's over, but in general, that's what our theories and predictions and thoughts on Spider-Man 3 is. Let's hope it's called Home Broken. Let's hope my Miles Morales cameo thing is true. Blah blah blah. You get the idea.
Yep.
And I hope that the dark tone really comes in and it really acts like the Amazing Spider-Man 1. So that's what I really want to see. I actually want to see Tom Holland really pull out like an Andrew Garfield type style. That's what I want to see. So
Yeah.
and I was trying not to mention Toby or Andrew, but this needed to be said because of Jamie Foxx's Electro. So yep. Anywho, that pretty much wraps it up.
Yep. So, I know it was a pretty long stream, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and
Sorry
I
if we
hope
got
you
off
guys
track.
thank y'all for putting through you know
Sorry if we got off track.
it's a bad habit. It's gonna keep happening whether we try, no matter how hard we try. It's just gonna keep happening.
Well, when we go off topic, we kind of try to fit it with what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
the
But
Toby
anyway,
and Andrew thing is actually reasonable because people with the rumors and stuff. So
yeah, with them rumors.
that are not true. They're for Doctor Strange too. Well, I
But
kind of
yeah,
want to talk about Doctor Strange too because of Andrew, Toby, and Tom. So
Well, we'll try to fit that in another podcast somehow.
Maybe in 2021, I'm not so sure, but we're after this is like I said, after this immediately ends, me and Andrew will think of ideas for our next one, if
Yeah.
it includes like our special guests, which we
Which
really are
hopefully
trying. We're trying to
So,
make it
yeah.
special. I mean, I know this is a really small series and not really noticeable, but this one, it's really something big, and we've been planning this for like 3 weeks now. So,
Buddy, we've been planning this for like a month.
yeah, whatever. Yeah. So, if you guys are excited for Spider-Man 3, then mark your calendars for December 17th, 2021, because that's when the film comes out. So,
Yep.
yeah.
But
And,
yep, thanks for putting up
yeah.
with us, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from the YouTube squad.
And also subscribe to our channels in the description below.
Yeah, subscribe to our separate channels. We all post some really good content.
Me and Andrew post Spider-Man content. So, but yeah, for real though, thanks for watching. Hope
Yep.
you're excited for Spider-Man 3 as we are, and yeah.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you next time. Peace out,
See ya.
Spidey fans.
Peace.
Whatever.
Yeah. Goodbye.